just start kind of from the beginning. Oh, CRIS, I'm sorry. CRIS. Tell me a
CRIS.
little bit about that.
Well, we're an all-female paranormal investigative group, and mostly we are focusing on research on electronic voice phenomena.
What, in your opinion, kind of sets you apart so that you do get more EVPs or more prevalent?
Well, probably because I do it so much. For one thing, it's like I said, it's a time-intensive. It takes a long time to process properly the evidence you collect when you're recording for electronic voice phenomena. There are 3 types of EVPs. There's a class A, B, and C. A being most clear, as we're talking now. B is a little less clear, maybe a little lower volume, and then C are almost more subjective. You can hear they're speaking, but you can't tell exactly what they're saying. A lot of people don't get that type of interactive EVPs. They get random, what we call random. It's like you hear a voice and they're, it doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing in the room, so you can't tell that they know you're there even. But in my case, they tend to talk directly to me, and I talk to them, and so, often I can hear them audibly. No one else can hear the voices, and I have videotape where I'm hearing the voices audibly. Then we turn and play the recorders back, and it is a man talking. I can't hear exactly what they're saying, but I can usually hear if it's a male or female, kind of the age. And I would like to see more real scientists take an interest in this, because there is validation. We are getting these voices, very clear voices. We do not know where they come from.
How can you hear them? I mean, this is probably, you're not, do you consider yourself a clairvoyant?
No,
anything like
I
that?
believe there is a science behind everything. I think that certain people maybe have a wider hearing range. Okay, like most people here, I think it's between 60 hertz and 60,000 hertz. I can't remember the exact numbers, but in fact, dogs and cats and other animals can hear in different ranges than we can hear in. So that's my explanation. I don't think I don't think there's anything spooky about it or that I'm special, other than I may have a wider hearing range. I'm considered what they call a medium, and that's because I can hear things in other ranges and sometimes see things in other ranges. And I also believe, again, scientifically, that this is because we maybe have a different field of vision or a wider range of something that we're receiving information. I'm not sure.
And you were telling me, like, you take and record just like 5 minutes?
5 to 6 minutes tops, because of the amount of EVP I get in such a short amount of time.
The equipment you use, I mean, is it specialized? I mean, or can anybody purchase?
Well, you can get, I just have a very inexpensive little recorder, RCA recorder. Most of the people that get the type and quality of EVP that I get are using the lower grade recorders. The higher end recording devices do not seem to capture this phenomenon, whatever it is.
Do you have like a program that you ingest your stuff in, or is it just a consumer program?
I use a basic program. It's an audio program called WavePad, and I also have Audacity. I prefer WavePad because, like I said, the volume, the amount of work I'm doing, I have to be fast. I have to be as fast as I can, and WavePad is user-friendly.
Was there ever like a defining moment, like an EVP that just kind of blew you away, and you were like, wow? Yeah. I did get this very strange EVP. It's on the website, where it sounds like almost like robots talking. These are not ghosts, and what they're saying is so unusual that you have to just go, oh my God, what have I recorded here? And what they say is, one of them says, are they going to receive the program? And then the other one says, they are not programmed to talk. When I heard that, I had to actually put a special section on my website for this, which is aliens, UFOs, artificial intelligence, robots, I'm not sure, but something mechanical or in just outer space-like type. I recorded something, and it definitely was not a classic ghost type voice. Or I've also recorded other voices in what I would consider even angels, guardian angels talking. The things they're saying, the intonation of their voice, you kind of classify them by the way their voice sounds
what are they saying, you know, what are they telling us, and how are they interacting, and then they follow a pattern. When I do my recordings, the protocol for the recording is no one is allowed to speak, period, while I'm doing a session, and they're not allowed to speak. So I started speaking, and it immediately cuts off my voice, and then these two things start talking to each other. And if you think about it very seriously, what are they talking about? They are not, or are they going to receive the program? They are not programmed to talk. Who would be saying that? That's the content, and that's an amazing one. And I've had several other amazing EVPs, especially the interactive ones, the ones I'm talking about, where they're actually talking to me, or they're saying someone's name and they're talking right to you. Those are always amazing too.
Have you ever been unnerved by an EVP?
Just that one. Actually, that one was more unnerving. I've dealt with a lot of the what people would call demonic type voices, and I've just kind of like sloughed them off and yeah, whatever, you know, because they'll be cursing at me or threatening, and I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, or they're real dramatic. Sometimes I'll kind of poke fun at them a little bit.
And I want to be devil's advocate.
No, go right ahead.
Because we were talking about different spectrums and stuff. In your opinion, do you think it could be something that might be a wave frequency off of a radio or something?
Well, in all of the EVPs I have recorded, I very rarely record music, and one of the most common things that goes over the airwaves is music. So if this were the case, we should be receiving a lot more music with our EVPs, and they're not actually in the range. If it's a radio wave, we should still be able to hear it audibly, so it's not in the proper range, whatever we're recording is. And then again, we just don't get the content. The type of content of what they're saying is something you would hear on a radio frequency. Even if it's on, say, a walkie-talkie frequency, it's still going to sound a certain way, or even CB, you know, hey, breaker 19, come up there, you know. We just don't get that.
And again, people seek you guys out for helping them, whether or not they're crazy or not, or they're imagining things.
I also have a certain amount of people that call. I do what's called smudgings, and it's a Native American tradition where if you do feel like you have negative entities or energies, you go in and you'll do what's called a smudging. A ritual smudging is basically a clearing of negative energy or spirits. And so some of the people, once they find out or whatever's happened, if we collect any evidence, or even if we don't and they just want it done, then I will go in and do a smudging and clean the area.
I guess I'm going to have you here in a little bit, do a little EVP work for me.
Okay.
Is there times that you just don't get something?
Rarely.
Really?
Very rarely.
You're scaring me.
We can just go through a couple or something and see which ones you think. Or.
Alright. Try to find some clear ones. Probably the best ways. We were talking about earlier. Are you going to receive the program? They are not.
I'll probably have you include that one, record it for me.
Okay.
Can you play that again? Weird.
Very weird. Yeah. Okay, first of all, I'll put this on WavePad. I'll feed it in through a cable right from my recorder. So I'll put that in there, and then I'm going to start playing the tape. And I'll record. And then, after I record the clip, I amplify. I go to effects and tapes it off, besides amplifying and then pulling the static out, usually around 14 decibels.
Wow.
But, yeah, this lady just about fell over when it said her name. They said, Jane. See, and this is not a ghost talk. This is like a regular person just talking. And this is on the website. This is that one, You're Approaching Fire and Planet. Okay, so we get this thing he's coming through, and he's trying to be all dramatic and demonic and everything. We'll start recording then. Let's see. I usually start with the time date stamp.
But, oh, okay. I was
Okay,
say,
no talking.
I was going to turn my phone
No
off.
talking. Whoops. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Can I turn my phone off real
battery
quick?
drain. Hold on. Okay, yep.
Battery drain?
Battery drain. It already starts. This is another thing that happens with paranormal investigations. Very common, called battery drain. When you're in a paranormal environment, it's like your DC cell batteries are depleted. So I'm going to have to run over there and get some batteries.
Cool.
All right. Oh, and I need my
Time stamp.
to see what time it is. Okay, and the first thing I do is I always hold my recorder in my left hand, and that is basically because your body is a circuit and your energy is coming in from one side and out through the other. So this is your receiving hand, and here we go. Okay, this is Lisa, and I'm at 2412 North Chartel in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and in the United States of America on the planet Earth. I have to get very specific. And it is 7:36 p.m., August 22nd, 2008. This is Central Time in Oklahoma. Okay, first of all, I'm standing in the center of the room, facing west. You want to give your exact location. Okay, note child screaming outside. I'd like to ask the monitor or technician to come through and help with this session. I have Christian Price with me. I'd like to hear from everybody in here today. Okay, I'm going to walk into the back bathroom. Go ahead and feel free to tell me what's on your mind, whoever's in here today. Okay. Me coughing. It's a little noisy. There's cars going by outside. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn off the recorder in 30 seconds. Any messages? Okay, turning off the recorder.
What do you think? Did you kind of hear anything?
Oh, you know what? It's actually better for me to disassociate myself while I'm doing it. So yeah, whenever I say okay or uh-huh, that's usually when they're talking. That's what I found from going through the tapes. I do that automatically. I'll go, uh-huh, oh, okay. But that's at a subconscious level or something. I didn't hear it audibly, like sometimes I do hear them audibly, but no, I didn't hear anything audibly. But I did feel a difference in my chest area, like right in here, that, yeah, something was coming. So we'll go see. Oh, and I'll trip over that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly what I do when I'm processing a tape. We just recorded about 5 minutes of audio next door to where my office is, and I've come over and I'm putting a lead right onto the computer. We're opening up the software, and I'm just going to start dumping it into the computer as we just recorded it about 5 minutes ago. I have Christian Price with me. Okay, right there is possibly something. When I go through, I'm going to pull the static back out with a denoising program. So I've amplified the tape we collected. Let me check the rest of this. I have Christian Price with me. Okay. I'm going to back up the next clip a little bit because it sounds like somebody may be starting to say something right here. It sounds like okay.
I hear it.
Okay. So we've got that. Now we're going to save that. That's clip number 2. I'll just put introduction. Ask for a monitor. And then I type in the date on each clip that I recorded it. And that's all we do. Now I'm going to go over and use another program, the denoiser program.
Standing in the center of the room, facing west. I have C.R.I.S with me.
I'm going to save that. Now we're going to go back over to my denoising program. Go in and we're going to load that file. And I'm going to denoise it at about a soft denoiser at about 14 decibels. It's going to pull the static out. Since we amplified the tape, then it's going to create more background noise, more hiss, more white noise, if you want to call it. So it's going to... Now we're going to go back and play it. Now, again, we've taken the noise out. We're going to amplify it so we can hear it better. That sounds like... Right here, we've got somebody saying, go away, right here. Go away. We hear that a lot. Can you hear that? Okay. These are low quality, what we would call a C quality EVP. I'm very adept at hearing what they're saying, but hopefully we'll get a little bit clearer one here. Now I also want to note, this is the spaces where I'm not talking on the tape. During the recording, I was the only one talking, and Christian was right there and knows that no one else was speaking during this point in time. Nobody was talking but me, and we're getting a male voice. He's got a lot to say there.
Man.
See how much they're talking?
Session. I have C.R.I.S with me.
Okay, right in here. A little clip.
Man.
Nice to hear from everybody in here today. How you guys doing? Okay, I'm going to walk into the back bathroom.
Okay, again, when I say okay, that usually means that they were talking. And when we play this, amplify it and play it, you're going to hear quite a bit of talking, actually. That's what I was hearing. Okay. This is clip number 3. I also like to note my location. We were still in the living area, weren't we?
I believe so.
Okay, I'll just put front room. And the date. Now, Kristen, you were right there. Did you hear anybody say that?
No, not at all. No, I did not.
Sounds like this one says, I'm no human, maybe? Is that what he's saying?
Oh my gosh.
I'm no human. Something.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing, huh?
That is incredible.
I am no human. That's what he said. Number 3C. I am no human. He says another word after that, so I'm going to put little dashes here. Then I'm going to say it's a male voice. It's a class C, because it's still not quite as clear as I like them. I like them to be a little bit clearer than that, but we're just getting started.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so that's Did you want me to do one more clip?
No, no, that's awesome. I'm actually going to take it.
Okay. All right.
That is incredible.
So now you kind of see how it works. Okay, save changes. Okay, well, we got it.